the angel that wasn't. Some people believe angels appear to protect us. They believe guidance always comes from a place of good, that if something helps you, watches over you, and leads you forward, it must have pure intentions. But what if that belief is wrong? What if the thing guiding you isn't saving you at all, but slowly steering you towards something far worse? This is the story of the moment I realized that not everything wearing light comes from it. It started on a normal afternoon in the park, the kind of day you forget as soon as it ends. Clear sky, distant traffic, parents talking on benches while kids ran around the grass. I was by myself, kicking my ball back and forth, not paying attention to much of anything. Then the ball bounced wrong. It rolled across the grass, picked up speed, and disappeared into the mouth of a stormwater tunnel at the edge of the park. I hesitated for a second. The tunnel was narrow and low, half hidden by weeds and shadow, with water slowly trickling through it. I remember thinking I'd just grab the ball and come right back out. I didn't think much of it at first, until I stepped inside. The air changed immediately. It was colder, damp, and smelled like earth and rusted metal. Every sound echoed: my footsteps, my breathing, the soft drip of water somewhere deeper inside. The sunlight from behind me faded faster than I expected, swallowed by the darkness. That's when I noticed something on the ground, a symbol etched into the concrete. Deep lines carved into the floor, too precise to be graffiti, too deliberate to be random. I didn't recognize it, but the longer I looked at it, the more uneasy I felt, like I was standing somewhere I wasn't supposed to be. I stepped on it, and that's when the light appeared. It filled the tunnel, warm and blinding, pushing the shadows back. A figure stood in front of me, taller than a man, perfectly still. Its presence felt overwhelming, like the air itself had grown heavier. Its eyes reflected everything around them: the tunnel, the water, me. But at the same time, they felt completely empty. Then it spoke. "Do not be afraid," it said, its voice calm and gentle. "I am here to guide you." I didn't run, I didn't scream. I froze, staring at it. Its presence was comforting, almost gentle. The figure reached out a hand, and I remember feeling a warmth I'd never felt before. I didn't question it. I didn't think. I just stepped closer. It spoke again. "I will watch over you, always. You are not alone." I believed it instantly. And yet, there were odd things I didn't notice at first. Its shadow didn't match its form. Sometimes it blinked, but its eyes didn't move. Sometimes I thought I caught a flicker of something darker inside them, but I ignored it. It guided me out of the tunnel, placing my ball back in my hands, and with a final soft smile, it disappeared, leaving only the echo of its voice behind. Over the years, it never left me, always there when I needed it most. It showed up during tests, giving me answers in the smallest ways. A whisper, a nudge, a sign that only I could see. It helped me meet people I liked, pushed me to make the right choices, and guided me through heartbreaks. I felt like I had a secret guardian angel. Everyone else seemed oblivious, but it was always watching. And yet, sometimes, things didn't feel right. Animals grew uneasy when it was near. Neighbors would glance toward me, eyes wide, then quickly look away. At night, I would hear whispers, soft, unintelligible, but I always felt a chill. I told myself I was imagining it. As I got older, the moments of guidance started to feel heavier. The advice seemed helpful on the surface, but sometimes I began to question it. It said one night, "Sometimes, to fix a problem, you must remove the obstacle entirely." I laughed nervously. What did it mean? At the time, it seemed like wisdom. Looking back now, I realize it was manipulation. Objects in my room would move slightly when I wasn't looking. Shadows would stretch oddly across the walls. I had dreams I could barely explain. Fire, broken glass, people screaming, faces I didn't know watching me, and always that same figure in the corner, smiling. I tried to ignore it, but the feeling that something was off never left me. The figure became a part of my life. I trusted it completely. It would appear at the right moment, right before a test, before a date, before a decision that mattered. I didn't notice how easy it was to let it guide me, how much of my life it touched. I didn't notice how it seemed to feed on my reliance, how I stopped making choices on my own. And every time I tried to question it, I felt a strange warmth wash over me, almost like guilt, like doubting it would be wrong, like I owed it my obedience. And then one day it finally asked something of me. It told me there was a problem, something small, something no one else had noticed yet. It said if I didn't act, people would get hurt, that it had seen what was coming. It led me to a familiar intersection near my neighborhood, one I'd crossed 100 times before, busy during rush hour. It told me the traffic lights there were malfunctioning, that one signal was stuck, just enough to cause confusion. You can fix it, it said. Just for a moment, just long enough to reset it. Someone will be saved if you do. I remember my hands shaking as I opened the maintenance panel. I didn't really understand what I was touching. I only knew it told me which wire to pull, which switch to flip. Then it reminded me how many times it had been right, so I did it. At first, nothing happened. Then the lights changed, out of sync. Green where there should have been red. Cars accelerated at the same time from opposite directions. There was a moment of silence, and then metal collided with metal. The first crash set off another, and another. A fuel tank ruptured. Fire spread across the road. Glass exploded outward. People screamed. Drivers stumbled out of cars bleeding. Others didn't move at all. I saw a familiar car crushed at the front of the pileup. Someone I knew was inside it. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't move. I just stood there, knowing every second of it traced back to my hands. And beside me, the figure remained, calm, watching, smiling. Its light still glowed softly, but now I could see the shadows behind it, stretching too far, curling at the edges. That was when I understood. It hadn't shown me the future. It had needed me to create it. It spoke again. Its voice, once soft and warm, now deep and cold, almost cruel. "Do you see now?" it said. "I was never your angel. I was never here to guide you. I am what you were never meant to trust. A demon, and every choice, every step you took, led you here." Its form twisted, shadows stretching unnaturally, eyes glowing red. The glow that had comforted me for years vanished, leaving only darkness. And just like that, it was gone, leaving me alone, surrounded by the consequences it had orchestrated. If an angel ever appeared to guide you, would you trust it? If it spoke softly, if it helped you succeed, if it stayed with you through every fear, every doubt, every moment when you felt alone? Would you question where that guidance was leading you, or would you ignore the signs, the shadows that didn't match, the warmth that felt wrong, the quiet moments where something inside you whispered that this wasn't right, because not everything that offers help is trying to save you? Some things don't need to force you to do anything at all. They just need you to believe. And by the time you see what's standing behind the light, it's already too late.